I'm Chelsea Turnbull, and you're watching Mediaplex News Now Holiday Edition. This is a holiday edition of Mediaplex News Now. We are away from school for a couple of weeks, but we wanted to put together something special for you to enjoy.
I'm Eric Stearns for your Mediaplex Holiday Minute. I'm counting down the top 4 Christmas movies and specials for the holiday season ranked in my personal opinion. At number 4 is the Will Ferrell laugh fest of Elf, the story about Buddy the Elf who learns that he's a human being and goes to New York City to find his dad. It's cute, funny, and a great family favorite. Number 3, people will think too soon, but I believe it's ready for recognition. Disney's Frozen, because I can't let it go and hold it back anymore. It's perfect to watch on a snowy day, and nobody is too old for Disney. At number 2, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Not the Jim Carrey adaptation, the original cartoon short that has aired every season since its debut in 1966. It's a true classic, the animation is wonderful, and has a perfect message of what Christmas is all about. At the grand ranking of number 1 is a family favorite of mine since my parents introduced me to it, A Christmas Story. Ralphie Parker wants a Red Ryder BB gun for Christmas, but his mother, school teacher, and even Santa Claus tells him, "You'll shoot your eye out." The movie is incredibly quotable. I can memorize nearly the entire script. I'm Eric Stearns, and from all of us at Mediaplex, Merry Christmas and happy viewing.
Hello everyone. On behalf of the Windsor Police Service, I would like to pass on a few safety tips for the holiday season. First and foremost, don't drink and drive. It's a criminal offense and it causes injury and death on our highways each and every year. Get a designated driver, take time and make other arrangements when you're out socializing to get home safely. Next, texting and driving is equally as damaging in regard to property damage and causing injury or death. Texting and driving is against the law. Please don't put your cell phone down while you're driving. The other thing is we've recently announced a Lock It or Lose It campaign. So when you're out and shopping, out and about over the holiday season at the mall or other retail outlets, keep your gifts and your packages out of sight. Put them in your trunk, lock your car, and keep them safe. And lastly, we have great success in this community because we're willing to share what we see as suspicious activity with the police. Don't hesitate to call the police should you see any suspicious activity, and let's keep each other safe this holiday season. Thank you.
We would like to remind everyone of several fire-safe behaviors during the holiday season. First and foremost, never leave your cooking when you're preparing your holiday dinner or you're making those great sweets for the holiday season. Never leave your cooking unattended. Secondly, keep your tree watered regularly every single day to make sure that it doesn't dry out. Never connect more than 3 strings of your decorative holiday lighting on your tree, and check them regularly to make sure that they're in a good state of repair, that they are not frayed or worn out in any way. Limit the use of extension cords and never run extension cords underneath a carpet, a rug, or a mat. And certainly candle use is another thing that happens during the holiday season. You want to make sure that you blow the candles out, never leave them unattended. Blow them out when you're finished with them in the room that you're in, and keep the open flame away from any combustibles like curtains and drapes and holiday decorations, as well as pets and small children. You don't want to leave matches and lighters laying around for young ones to be able to get. And of course, in terms of making sure that you have a working smoke alarm and a working CO alarm is very, very important. It's not only the law, but it will definitely save your life should a fire occur in your home.
And we're joined tonight in studio by special guest Ryan Burmey, a Crime Stopper. So Ryan, tell us how we do this year.
Yeah, the event went really smoothly. We had a ton of people out there. The weather wasn't great, but we had a ton of people out there. Crime Stoppers benefited by over $1,500 worth of donations at that event. And we took, I think, around 50 pounds total of medication off the streets. So we put a street value of the actual narcotics. We had a Windsor police officer come up and say the street value was about $3,000. So we're happy with the way the event went.
Impressive. So here's a situation. Christmas season is coming up and many people are traveling. What tips would you give for this season?
Yeah, I guess those people that are leaving their homes, make your home look like it's being lived in. Speak with your neighbors if you're on speaking terms with them, and have them maybe shovel your driveway if there's snowfall. Turn those lights on and off, front and back. Maybe have your lights on inside the residence on a timer. And if you have an alarm, set that alarm before you leave. And it's more communication than anything. And a big thing now is everyone likes to post their stuff on their social media sites. Yeah, I'm going to Cancun, or I'm going to Florida for the summer or the winter break. My suggestion is not to do that. You're giving an open invitation for someone to victimize you.
Indeed, it's a dead giveaway. So tell us all about Crime Stoppers.
Yeah, Crime Stoppers, as a lot of your watchers and listeners know, we're 100% charity. We're governed by a board of directors, and what we do is we allow members of the community in Windsor and Essex County an opportunity to provide us with anonymous information, and then we pass that anonymous information to help police solve local crime.
Oh, very good, and you guys are doing a good job about it. Anything expected for Crime Stoppers as we prepare for 2015?
Yeah, I think status quo. We're going to continue with our social media sites, posting any type of fundraising event or any crimes that are needed to be solved on our social media, and continue doing what we're doing.
This has been Ryan Burmey from Crime Stoppers. Thank you very much, Ryan.
Thank you.
Now, here at the Mediaplex, St. Clair College offers many different programs. One of them is public relations.
Students in the Public Relations program here at St. Clair College have a unique opportunity. Not only do they come here to learn all of the skills they need to be public relations specialists, but they learn in a multi-medium Mediaplex. And it's so important to be in a facility like this, where they know that when they go out, they will be competitive in their field.
I decided to come to St. Clair College after university because I kind of feel like I needed a little bit more to kind of make myself marketable.
I am a hands-on learner. I'm a doer, so I learn best and I can retain information more when I'm actually out using the skills that I'm taught. An example of where this program does that well was our photography classes. So in class we were taught different elements of photography. We were taught the rule of thirds and leading lines and angle and perspective, and then we were actually sent out into downtown Windsor, into the streets, and we were told to capture photos containing those different elements and bring them back to class and present them. And that's something that you can't just learn in the classroom, you have to learn that by doing it. So we actually developed an eye for photography and for getting good shots, and I really don't think that can be taught in the classroom.
Hands-on training means they'll be marketable, that they can hit the road running when they go into a company. And that's what's setting our public relations program apart. And it's also why employers are coming to St. Clair's public relations program looking for good employees.
Right now I'm interning in corporate communications at Caesars Windsor. It's a really good place for an internship for a PR student because there are so many things that the casino does.
After graduation, I was offered a part-time position at Caesars Windsor. So I am now an external communications specialist at Caesars Windsor.
We give them a skill set that I believe will make them the most marketable of any public relations program.
I'm Chelsea Turnbull, and you're watching Mediaplex News Now, Holiday Edition.
'Twas the night before Christmas when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse.
The stockings were hung by the chimney with care in hopes that St. Nicholas would soon be there.
The children were all nestled, all snug in their beds, with visions of sugar plums dancing in their heads.
And Mama and her kerchief and I and my cap had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap.
When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter that I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter.
Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, and threw up the sash.
The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave a luster of midday to objects below.
When what to my wandering eyes did appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer.
With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment he must be St. Nick.
More rapid than eagles, his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name.
Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all.
As leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky.
So up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with the sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too.
And then in twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof.
As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound.
He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot.
A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack.
His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry.
His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was white as the snow.
The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath.
He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly.
He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself.
A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread.
He spoke not a word, but went straight to work and filled all his stockings and then turned with a jerk.
And laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod up the chimney he rose.
He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle.
But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight,
Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
Journalism enables people to be well informed. It's documenting history. It's an extraordinary way for people to be connected with their community.
What happens in the world affects us. What happens in our community affects us. What happens in the province affects us. And we get to be the eyes and ears and tell the stories. There are many stories that need to be told, and those things add value to our life.
I'm always meeting new people. I'm learning about things that interest me, like topics that I want to learn more about.
It's neat to know that so many people are relying on me. It makes you strive for perfection, or makes you strive for accuracy.
The journalism program here at St. Clair College is a convergence journalism program. Convergence means the merging together of print, radio, and television, and the web, and putting all different stories into 3 or 4 different platforms.
In 21st century newsrooms, journalists have to be able to do it all.
We ask every one of our reporters to tell stories in multiple ways.
There's a different style of writing for print than there is for radio, than there is for television. And it's really important that the information gets out that is true to those platforms.
We are one of the few, if not the only, program that is actually taking students to a live broadcast and giving them that opportunity and that experience.
I've gained a lot of self-confidence. I used to be a really nervous person, a really shy person, but I think this program's helped me come out my shell. It's given me something that I love to do, and that's made me a better person.
I find that the students that come out of St. Clair College are already at or above where some of our broadcast employees have been over the last several years.
I feel that I made the greatest decision I could 2 years ago by choosing this program, because I have learned so much, and I think that I can only grow from here.
I would hands down recommend the program to someone considering it. I would recommend it to someone that's not even considering it. They teach you such a vast array of different skills, different platforms, different things that you could really apply to so many different careers.
Based on literally hundreds of interns I've seen over the years, St. Clair students are better prepared to go into the work environment in media than most students coming out of colleges and universities across North America.
I think it's that very comprehensive curriculum that we have that creates converged journalists that sets this journalism school apart.
Welcome to Mediaplex News Now Holiday Edition. Let's talk to some of the students.
For Christmas Eve, me and my family usually go for a midnight mass, and then the next day on Christmas Day we just eat, open presents, and just spend the day together. That's basically what we do.
Well, to me, the Christmas time and holiday, it's all about the family and unity. The fact that there's a lot of people that come together during this time of the year, just put their hands on one's shoulder and say, you know what, I'm here for you. I'm glad that you're within my presence, and I'm glad to share this moment with you. The unity that everyone shares together, it's a very sincere feeling and a most cordial one.
Christmas with my family means baking sugar cookies, decorating the Christmas tree with ornaments that my family has been collecting for about 35 years, and watching classic movies like Rudolph and How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Christmas means spending time with family. We spend half the day with my mom's family and the other half with my dad's family, and it's really fun. It's how we spend Christmas.
Basically, we just want to stay at home this year. We usually spend a lot of time traveling on Christmas, and my grandmother is older now, so she can't move around too much, so we're going to keep it closer to home.
So Christmas for me means going to my mom's house and having her make the green bean casserole that I had to make this time. And I got to tell you, it's going to be pretty awesome. This year, apparently, I'm not getting presents. But that is okay, because at least I'm getting food, which is good for the soul. And that is all Christmas means to me, is food. Oh, and of course, family, just as long as they don't eat all my food. That's about it, honestly.
Well, Christmas is having the opportunity for me to spend time with my family and my friends and, and the people that I care about.
Christmas to me means family. I didn't grow up with a very religious background, but it still is a time of connection between people. So I love spending the time with my girlfriend's family, my family, traveling around Windsor, Essex County, getting all the sights and scenes. It's just a fun time and a nice break from the otherwise hard work of the year.
Going home for Christmas for me is going home, traveling about 3.5 hours and seeing my family, which is my mom, my dad, my brother, some aunts and uncles. And one of the biggest things I do at Christmas is going down to see my grandmother's grave. She lived with me for about 20 years, and that we lay some flowers at her grave every Christmas.
Every Christmas, after the American Thanksgiving, we would listen to Christmas music and watch Christmas movies. And then on Christmas Eve, we always go out to Mass and then we come home and we watch Little Drummer Boy. And Christmas means to me just family and being close and having a good time and celebrating.
During the holidays, on Boxing Day, me and my family, we would head down to Oakville and meet up with a lot of my cousins. You know, we have just a Boxing Day party. We have a Christmas gift exchange, which is absolutely hilarious. And, you know, that to me is just my favorite part of Christmas, is just meeting up with family that you don't really see like almost every month or so.
Well, this is really the first time my parents are going to be empty nesters. So we're all planning on congregating at home and going back to the old tradition we did when we were younger. We're all going to get together and decorate the tree and listen to music and stuff, just like we did when we were really small.
I'm Chelsea Turnbull, and you're watching Mediaplex News Now Holiday Edition.
2014 was a great year in the city of Windsor. I'm excited for the next 4 years. I look forward to 2015. To everyone in Windsor and Essex County, I wish you a very Merry Christmas from my family to yours. If you don't celebrate Christmas, happy holidays to you, and all the best for the new year.
The men and women of the Windsor Police Service are honored to work with all of you on behalf of public safety. And on behalf of all the men and women of the Windsor Police Service, I would like to wish our entire community, friends, visitors, and residents to have a very safe and happy Christmas and holiday season. Merry Christmas, everyone.
What do you like the most about Christmas? On Christmas Eve, there is snow. There is Christmas. There is frosty. There is reindeers. Everything's put up except Halloween stuff. Some people don't celebrate Christmas. And some people do. Some people give away presents that they had, but now they don't want it, so they're giving it to somebody else that doesn't have any Christmas toys. What do you want Mom and Dad to put in your stocking? Food. What kind of food? Some fruit and some candy. So, why do we celebrate Christmas? Because it's the first one that Jesus was born. What is the story about Mary and Joseph? Once there was a mom that was named Joseph, and there was a baby growing in her belly. They didn't know where to live, so they lived in the stable. The baby's name was Jesus, and Jesus grown and grown and grown. So until he grown the light, he said, "Let there be light." And then on the next day, he said, "Let there be human." And there was human. The end. Is Christmas all about getting presents? No. It's about time for giving, right? Yeah. Giving. And it's time for getting my Christmas tree up and putting the Christmas tree star on the top, putting the decorations on, like these decorations, and put the presents under the tree, and Christmas star, and watching movies, and watch a Christmas movie, and sing lovely Christmas songs. Christmas time is here, yes it is. Christmas time is here. Christmas time, yes it is. Christmas time is here. Yeah, so. Are we supposed to be doing this right now? Okay. An opening. Okay, that's enough.
Times are changing, and they're changing faster than most people can understand.
It's not my parents' generation anymore, and I can't just go by their ideas because it's not necessarily relevant anymore.
There's a jobless generation out there walking out of universities with no idea how to engage their industry. A degree isn't necessarily a pathway to their career. Being industry ready is.
I have to take control of my future.
The job market has changed, and I have to adapt. I'm not just getting theory, I'm getting skills.
Through placement, I'm shown which areas I can specialize in and which path it takes to get there.
I struggled a lot in high school because, people just kept lecturing at me, and that's just not my way of learning.
I learn by doing. I learn by reacting to a situation. St. Clair puts me directly into my industry. I'm dealing with real patients, real life situations. It's not just theory, it's not book work anymore.
I think it's so important to be taught by industry professionals because they know what they're doing, and they're not just teaching because they read it in a book somewhere. They're teaching because they've lived it.
I got that genuine feeling from St. Clair, like it was just home. Like I wasn't uncomfortable, I wasn't uneasy, it felt nice.
I have to take control of my future, and that's what I'm doing.
I got a gut feeling with St. Clair that was great, and I definitely wasn't let down.
St. Clair is my choice, and I'm glad it's the right one for me.
I choose to to take control of my future, and my path is St. Clair College.
I choose.
I choose. I choose.
I choose to take control of my future.
My path
is St. Clair College.
I choose to be here.
We had the privilege of having Dr. John Strasser, president of St. Clair College, dropping by the Mediaplex.
We live in a city that is blessed because it is enriched by many cultures. At this time of the year, part of the community celebrates Hanukkah, celebrate Eid, celebrate Diwali, they celebrate Kwanzaa, they will celebrate Chinese New Year, and they will celebrate Christmas. The celebrations focus on the well-being of our spirit, on the importance of family, and on the hope that the days ahead are filled with health and happiness. To me, personally, Christmas will bring our entire family to our home. To have 3 lovely granddaughters, Addison, Andrea, and Leah, join us from Philadelphia will certainly be the best Christmas present that I could receive. If I were looking for one message to share with you today and for this season, I would urge you to listen closely to a song entitled World on Fire by Sarah McLachlan, a very gifted, maybe the most gifted ever Canadian songwriter, singer. I had the pleasure to see her twice while she was on a North American tour and to chat briefly with her. And the words in the song that she has created urge the listener to help. 8 words especially weaved into the middle of the song say, "The more we take, the less we become." We're living in a city that has the highest poverty rate in Ontario, the 2nd highest in Canada. As we approach 2015, those facts are unacceptable. My Christmas wish would urge you to, of course, spend quality time with family, to reflect on the richness of your life as a member of 6 billion people on this planet, and to spend more time searching for the solution to a simple question. How do I take less and give back more? The true meaning of the Spirit this time of the year that keeps returning year after year, about this time, you can find it right here.
Thanks for tuning in. I'm Chelsea Turnbull, and you've been watching Mediaplex News Now, Holiday Edition.
Mediaplex News Now is a production of the St. Clair College Journalism program.
I think it's so important to be taught by industry professionals because they know what they're doing. And they're not just teaching because they read it in a book somewhere. They're teaching because they've lived it. I choose to take control of my future, and my path is St. Clair College. I choose to be here.